Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. I've been sitting here. I know this is not a normal time for my live streams and things. And we're here, just sitting here in the man cave, twiddling my thumbs and actually have a conversation here as we wait for Micah Parsons' show to go on, which was scheduled for 5 o'clock Eastern. It's 5:36. Ryan, how are you doing? I wanted to hear what Micah Parsons had to say, and we're sitting here now. I'm beginning to wonder, is this show going to go on? The interesting thing on this, what's up, Ryan? How are you doing? You're the first one. Ryan, you double dutying. You're on both channels. Shout out to you, buddy. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you don't mind. I'm curious what Dirty Sanchez, what's up, Dirty? What Micah has to say on this. Now, here's where it gets to be interesting is, unless there's technical difficulties with the system, or I'm just not in the right place. If you go to Bleacher Report, what you ended up getting was, the Edge, Micah Parsons, the various slay to talk New Orleans win. So it's going to be, wait a minute. It's like, hold up. We lose and we have to listen to an Eagle fan that's actually got a victory on this thing. Wait a minute. You're going to do that to me? We need more people in here. Again, I was just going to record this and send it up. I'd actually started at 5:05. I said, okay, it'll get started here soon, and I'll just record this and put it up. But I've been sitting here twiddling my thumbs and waiting, and now I'm just kind of like, I tell you what I feel like as I'm sitting here. What was running through my head was, this feels like being a Cowboy fan waiting for another Super Bowl. I'm just sitting here waiting and waiting and waiting, and now I'm wondering, is Micah Parsons going to show? We are 40 minutes late to doing this, and I do need to go back up under the sink and finish fixing a leak under the sink. KY4, appreciate you being in here. Shout out to the 42 people. The Cowboys sideline report, Mark, we're going to be okay. I would rather start 1 and 2 and get a good idea of what we will be. Mask our issue. Okay. Eagles fan here. You are only respected Dallas Cowboy F. I know. Salute. Okay. We the ones. Hey, Mark. Waiting on Pinks. Maybe waiting at Pinks. We have to trust the process. I don't know that we have to trust the process. Cowboys sideline report. Here's the thing that's kind of crazy is I get it. I am Joe the fan that is always going to be passionate about my team and always going to talk about them in the best light. That's just the nature of being a fan, which is short for fanatic. Mike and Linda, I watched the Cowboys podcast. They're pissed. Yeah, I think everybody's pissed right now. It's one thing to lose games, but as I'm going through the statistics, we are inept. Here's the problem that I have is we are 32nd in the NFL in stopping the run. 32nd in stopping the run right now. We are 30th in run yardage. Okay? We are literally the worst. And what pisses me off is, here it is, because, and see, this is where Jerry Jones is smart. This is where Jerry Jones is really, really smart. By going through and paying Dak Prescott, you know who's getting all the blame. It makes Jerry the Teflon Don. Dak Prescott's the one that's getting the blame and the venom. Everybody literally is like, Dak sucks. That's $60 million. He's taking the bullets for the team. I mean, at least he's getting paid to do it, much like Roger Goodell. But the Cowboys are the ones who ended up saying, you know what, Derrick Henry's too expensive. $9 million is too much to pay Derrick Henry, but we're okay spending $5.3 million for Trey Lance to be on the roster. Does that make sense to you? We're okay saying, we'll take a 4th round pick to get another quarterback, that could have been used for one of the top rookie running backs right now. Yeah. We are the same guys that know we couldn't stop the run. And instead of going out and getting some studs to go on the defensive line, you say, we're going to take our first round draft pick last year, and we're going to make sure he's going to get the lion's share. We're going to force that square peg in a round hole. Dak, the face of the franchise, so who else is going to bite the bullet? Well, Mike, Jerry Jones should bite the bullet. We can't listen. We can't run the football. Point blank. Not even assemble. Nobody respects the run. You might as well have me out there running the football. They're not going to disrespect it anymore if I were out there right now. Oh, no. Okay, I get it. Cowboys sideline report. But here's the problem. You know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm glad you said that, actually, Cowboys sideline report. Shout out to you, buddy. Cutting him would be admitting you're wrong, and the Joneses don't do that. That's half of the problem. They won't admit a mistake. See, as much as I hate the Eagles, when they make a mistake, they don't sit there and say, we're going to make this work because we don't want to show that we made a mistake. They're going to go ahead and try and fix the mistake. Flat out. Everybody makes mistakes. Oh, Leroy, you damn right we better win on Thursday. We better win on Thursday. But here we are. I'm glad I'm not sitting here by myself. Aaron, how are you doing? I'm pissed today. I'm really pissed. I'm pissed and I'm pissed. I really feel bad because not only are we bad and losing, we are inept right now. There are so many things that you look at. We literally look like we're falling apart. You got CeeDee Lamb literally, checked out of games just like he did in Green Bay, getting benched. The guy who just got paid and blown up on the sidelines. I'm going to be here all day. Well, you know what? I need you out there making catches all day. I don't need you over on the sidelines. I got Micah and D-Law, the two best players there on the defense. D-Law, I'm going to say D-Law gave everything in that game. He's always one of the hardest working people. And here it is. I got, Micah and D-Law chopping each other and everything else. I got Jerry Jones still in denial that there's not a problem. Better days are coming. Well, you know what, Andrew? It can't get much worse than this, bro. It can't get, you can't give up almost 500 yards in rushing in 2 games and say it can't get much worse. It literally can't. You have had 2 games at home that you have been completely outplayed and look so disorganized and so dysfunctional. We ain't got nowhere to go, Aaron, but up. Lamb is throwing a fit every time he doesn't get the ball. We're expected to beat bad team. We're expected to beat the bad. Yeah, we're 5-point favorites. I'm looking at BetUS. Shout out to BetUS because although my dad's not having too much luck the last couple of times because he's been betting on the Cowboys. But tonight he's actually going to take Cincinnati and $25 down on Cincinnati and give away 8 points. I said, Dad, that's a lot of points to be giving away. He said, I know, but he's like, I can't put money on the Commanders. He still calls them the Redskins. He's like, I can't call them Commanders. He's like, for all my life, they've been the Redskins, and they're still the Redskins to me. So definitely check out BetUS and get your bet on. Yeah, but the ticket sales are up. Yeah, that's another one of those things. This is turning into a bitch session. This is where you're sitting here waiting for Micah and stuff. I literally, my wife was upstairs earlier washing some dishes and stuff, and behind me here, the ceiling started leaking. So I was like, oh crap. So I started working that because I put in a new dishwasher about 2 weeks ago, and I said, a lot of times now the appliances don't necessarily come out the box working right. So I took the dishwasher out to see what it was, but it turns out the waistline in the wall, the house is about 40 years old, and the waistline in the wall has separated. So I'd open up the wall, and I've, got my plumber's primer and cement and cemented it back together, but I got to fix the drywall, and I got to put the dishwasher back in, and so on, and take care of that. So I figured I'd come down here, get my Micah Parsons stuff on here. Devarius Slay supposed to join in reaction to the 1 and 2 start, which my reaction right now, having been sitting here for the last hour waiting, my reaction is getting a little bit worse. Lord Nova, thanks for coming on over. Sugar Daddy Williams. Michael forgot how to hold contain. Here's where it's kind of interesting too, because you realize that everything in the world is about hooking you, selling you, and getting your contact. So when I went in here, I thought maybe they've changed the format up. Okay, hold on. Yes. Mike?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Were you doing a video?
I'm live right now waiting for Micah.
Oh, no, I just called the lady now.
Something wrong?
No, I could have stayed home tonight.
Okay, well, come on back then. The Redskins are on. All right.
I know because I know Alan wants to watch the game.
Okay. All right.
I'll just do that, man.
All right. Okay. Cool. Okay, so sorry about that. I thought that was that Mike was calling me to tell me, oh, it's on elsewhere. But here's the thing that's kind of weird about this was when I go to Bleacher Report and you see the Edge with Micah Parsons, week 3, Devarius Slay to talk New Orleans win, reacts to 1 and 2 start, previews Thursday Night Football. And down below it says, text me the link to download the app, and you put your phone number in, and it sends you, it ends up sending you a link. You click on the link, and of course, I'm in a text chat with some people that are there that are sitting here waiting. And so it's like, okay, so now I'm going to be, getting more stuff from Bleacher Report texting in here. Working on the lines there, Michael Jackson, he's edging. Oh, okay. So what people are here thinking in the chat, because I'm actually here on my phone, so I actually got my phone set up to be on the, in case it doesn't play in here. I thought maybe they're changing it up so that way you have to get the download to see it. So that's why I downloaded it. That maybe we're going to make it a little harder for trolls. But we've got a lot of people in here that are actually having a conversation in here. And they're getting kind of flustered waiting. Micah an hour late. Everyone just leave, man, and see what he does. He's edging, working on the lines there, Mike. Yo, Mark, let it go. We need to fix it. You need to fix your sink. Still here waiting. So I'm glad you guys are waiting with me. And I guess Barry Reed, you're having a blast. Cowboys will win the Super Bowl this year. Okay. Well, you know what? We got nowhere to go but up. John, who's going to trade? Okay, here's the problem. A couple of problems with the Cowboys when we talk about trades, okay? Have you noticed when the Cowboys make trades, they originally gave up a number 1 for Amari Cooper. Some people thought that it was too much, right? When they traded Amari Cooper to the Browns, they traded him for a 5th-round pick. Look at the production he's had, even with Deshaun Watson being terrible. Right? A 5th-round pick is what we got. They take a 4th-round pick to trade for Trey Lance. Now, do you think that San Francisco really wants to do any favors for the Dallas Cowboys? The only reason why they made that trade with the Cowboys was the Cowboys literally blew everybody else's offer away. Everybody else is talking about a 6 and a 7. You come through with a 4th, done. Done. The Cowboys don't know how to trade. And they don't know how to do contracts. That's why they get hosed. You know what? I would rather say I need a new GM. Let me do that first. Because it's like the same people that say we need a new quarterback when we can't rush the ball for 30 yards. We can't rush the ball for 30 yards. We need a new quarterback. We can't protect the guy that we just paid $60 million for, so we need to get another guy to get killed. We can't stop the run, but we need to get another quarterback because that'll fix this run stopping. If we just get another quarterback, that will take care of our running game will all of a sudden be a top 10. Our offensive line will all of a sudden be able to block because we got a new quarterback. Our defense won't get mollywopped and get run over, giving up 5.7 yards every time somebody touches the ball. You know what? I remember a high school coach of ours who said, if we can run the ball and pick up 5 yards a carry, we'll never pass the football. We won't need to. The Dallas Cowboys are literally there. Literally there. The Dak show didn't show up till fourth quarter. Defense sucked because Dak got all the money. But you know what, Ghostface? Here's what's kind of interesting about showing up in the fourth quarter. Did you notice when they sat CeeDee Lamb's ass on the bench and stopped trying to force the ball to him, and he's dropping balls and fumbling it and everything else? They actually started doing something. You know what I'm saying? Never heard of a comeback? The Giants will run on us. Rhonda, Lady Libra, 3 points in the first half. Hard to win. Hard to win with. I agree with that. Hard to win, especially when your defense is giving up like 20. What's up, Sugar Daddy Williams? So we're here. It's 5:53. The show is 53 minutes late. I've got to put my dishwasher back. CD, Micah, and Dak all of a sudden sucked when it counted. Running attack is a problem, so is the whole defense. I know a lot of people don't understand cause and effect. Okay? If this happens, then typically this happens. That's cause and effect. Okay? When you are at least effective running the football, that means you are balanced. Teams have to worry about you running the football, which means we have to game plan on stopping it. Can we agree with that? And when teams are worried about stopping the run, that makes play action work better because you're faking the run, you're sucking in the linebackers and things because they're worried about the running back making some yards. In which case you fake the running play, you bootleg, or you end up quick hitting pass. Those become more effective because in their mind, they're thinking we have to stop the run first. When a team cannot run the ball effectively, then that means as a defensive lineman, instead of saying, I have to hold my spot here and read what's going on, when I know they're going to pass, that means I can lean more forward and I can do my bull rush. I can try and set up a jab, step, and rip. I can plan on swimming. I'm going upfield, means it lessens the things that I have to do, which is easier for a defensive lineman. When I have one weapon out there and I cannot run the football, and the defense knows I can't run the football, and I'm behind, then it's predictable that I have to stop their number one guy because they don't have another guy to go to. You can look at it and say, well, he just sucks. He just sucks. Well, if you can't run the football, if you can't block the offensive line, and you have one weapon, guess what? Ain't nobody winning. Don't worry, Mark. We still have the same chance to make the playoffs, Hunt. We're better. We're a good football team on Thursday night. We were going to have to be. Did Gig give space to Flowers on that first catch? I think he did. I think Diggs is still getting back into shape and stuff. Dak can't do it all. Lou, shout out to you, Lou. Hang in there, Curtis B. We're always here for you. Amen for Curtis. Benny, make a major trade. Why not? That's actually what, at this point, Jerry Jones is beginning to lose the team. And I want to say that he's beginning to definitely lose the fans. Right now, Mike is at Pink's waiting on his Rosie O'Donnell. You know what? You're right. I honestly don't think that he's going to do the show tonight. I honestly don't. I don't think he's going to show up. I don't know that I would want to be here. After that, after 2 weeks, Mark, if you was the owner of the Dallas Cowboys and you spent money paying players $1,000 anyway. But here's the thing, Patrick. You know what? Here's my thing. You got to understand this. When you spend money, and this is let me try and teach you something about spending money. Okay? There is spending money and there's investing money. Okay? If you go out and you buy some rims for your Jeep, that's just spending money. That's just spending money because you're not going to get anything on your return. If you're investing money, the way I look at it is like this. I tell you what, I have a piece of equipment that's out in my workshop that's cost me $10,000, okay? But I don't worry about what it costs if it meets the criteria of this. Will it make the job easier? Will it make the job better? Will I be able to make money off of it? If it does those three things, then it's not spending money. It's an investment. And what you have to do is you have to support your investment. I got no problem with investing with Dak Prescott. But see, the problem with the Cowboys is they look and they say, okay, we've paid Dak Prescott and we paid CeeDee Lamb. Son of John. Welcome back, Son of John. We paid those two guys. And so now they have to do all of the work. They have to do all the work. I need CeeDee Lamb, who got 1,700 yards last year, a Cowboys record. And that is if you take every wide receiver that the Dallas Cowboys have ever had. I want to see Dak step up and put the team on blast. I'm going to some players and going to some players in Cameron off the same way Aikman did. Aikman wasn't scared of anyone's feelings. He took it. I agree with you on that one. But they literally are saying, okay, we've paid you two. Now you two have to go win the Super Bowl. And that's not how you invest money. You need to protect your investment. You know the best way you protect your investment? With CeeDee Lamb and get the most out of him is by also having another weapon over there. So that way he's not getting beat to hell every time he goes downfield, getting double covered and getting flustered and checking the hell out. If you have a viable option on the other side, it's going to help maximize your investment with Dak Prescott. If you're going to say, Dak, you got to keep hitting this guy who is not open, and when he doesn't get thrown to, he's going to have a hissy fit. You're not protecting your investment. You're wasting your money. That's the problem with the Cowboys. They keep looking and saying, well, we pay that guy. We can't afford anybody. You can afford people. You keep mismanaging your money. You are paying right now dead money to Zeke for when you cut him last year. You are paying dead money because you were so stupid, you said, we can't afford Amari Cooper, and you literally gave him away for a 5th-round draft pick. You let go Cedric Wilson, and you decided, I'm going to pay a guy who just tore his ACL, who's been going downhill for the last 2 years in production. Let's pay that guy. And then you turn around and you do the same thing with Terrence Steele. Because you think, I'm going to get a little bit of a bargain. And this bargain shopping shit that they keep doing is killing them. It's killing them. How do we honestly believe that the Dallas Cowboys continually saying the same things We're going to pay the quarterback, but we're not going to support him. Quarterback, you got to go out there and do it by yourself, bro. When everybody, Michael Barnes, I did not hear anything about Jerry Jones stepping down and had Tony. If I were, there's no way in the world if I were Tony Romo that I would leave my job announcing, which I get paid big bucks, to come in and be the GM of the Dallas Cowboys. That's taking a major pay cut, and now I got to work all year round, and people are going to hate me and call me everything in the world. Dallas Cowboy for life. Thanks to Super Chat. Remember free agency was on? Where was Jerry and Steven? The Bahamas. Jerry sitting around with Stephen A. Smith, who trolls us when we lose. Tells you how much Jones cares. There you go. You are 100% right. So here we sit. An hour and 1 minute late for the Edge. Let me check with my chat in here. Because my sync, I need to get that stuff put back together. Let's see. Yes, everyone does. Dak can only take us so far. Jerry Jones is the biggest joke ever. Real Cowboy fans don't give up on their team. They're bandwagons. What's going on with this wait? I've been here about half an hour. Yeah, Jerry needs to lock in as well. The reason Cowboy fans are most hated, I don't know why everybody puts words in the Cowboys' mouth and why they hate us. Like, who says this is our year? Jerry is in denial when it comes to running game. Been here. Since the beginning. So still, no Micah. He will probably not do the show because they have to play on Thursday. Well, Bleacher Report sure has the event starting soon, which has been up for 45 minutes. So there's that. This is where you start to feel like an idiot. Joe Boo Sports, you're a legend. Thank you, but I feel like a fool. There we go. Joby, it's been like this where we have a good team every year and can't do the run. That, and you know what, fourth quarter, Biff, this is what drives me crazy is, okay, at this point, you got, not Rico, God, I'm having a brain fart. They've literally fried my brain. Wild thing, Vaughn, Deuce Vaughn. So you're telling me Deuce Vaughn has 7 carries for 20 yards. Are you honestly going to tell me that Dalvin Cook isn't as good as that? Is that? Are you literally telling me that right now Deuce Vaughn is better than what you can get from Dalvin Cook? Twiz Digga, what's up with Dak throwing CD under the bus? CD needs to be thrown under the bus, bro. Sorry. You can't throw a temper tantrum. You can't expect to be the highest paid, or second highest paid player that's a non-quarterback and then have a hissy fit on the field, Twiz. Sorry. No. He needs to be thrown on the bus. He needs to be cussed out. He needs to get a foot put in his ass and tell him to grow the fuck up. Seriously. There's no. No. If we win Thursday night and the Eagles lose on Sunday afternoon, they'll have the same record as us. Yeah. Right now, I can't worry about the Eagles. I got to worry. I literally have Cop Pizzle out here trolling me now. That's how bad shit is now. Dude's taking a piece right now. He probably can't do the show since they play Thursday. And I would understand that, hand of fate. That would be cool. Then why post on Instagram, DeVarius Slay joins to talk New Orleans win, okay? Because this is, and literally reacts to the 1-2 start and preview for Thursday Night Football. I'm fine with them not doing that. Then don't set it up that you're going to be here. Mr. Mark, I want to see if CeeDee Lamb's mother is going to say that her son isn't it like she said, Mr. Preston. No, she's not going to. She's probably going to say Dak is still, Dak sucks. Didn't expect anything out of Dalvin Cook. Eddie, I agree. But here's the thing, at least, you've got to find out before November 5th. Because if this is all you have on your running game right now, if Dalvin Cook isn't it, I need to know that. Because we need to go out and get somebody else to add to this roster if we're going to try and save this season. So I agree. Don't expect anything. But at this point, you can't look. Are we saying that Vaughn is going to be a breakout player? 7 carries, 20 yards? Is Dalvin Cook going to be worse than that? Yeah. Cowboys have 62 carries, which is, I want to say, 30th in rushes and 29th in yardage. The new Giants are no good, Mark Holmes. They're going to win on Thursday night, Mark Holmes. Deuce is the only one team because of his dad. Eddie, I'm going to actually disagree with you on that one, too. I'm going to say Ferguson showed up and showed off, too. Ferguson, you could tell his knee is not right. Ferguson did everything in his power to try and play. Him and Brandon Albury definitely did. So, after an hour and 20 minutes, I've been sitting here waiting for Micah. An hour and 20 minutes, and I was actually recording. I started at 6:10, recording to 6:30 to say, okay, here, it'll start soon. It'll start soon. I know it will. He'll show up. Yeah. Eagles are just, no, Rhonda, the Eagles aren't a nip slip. We like nip slips. Unless they're an old fat guy. They're probably going to try to rush Bland back also. Yeah. Hey, Linda, lovely Linda, how you doing? Eddie, if. CeeDee Lamb told us last year after the playoff game that he's got to be better, that he's got to grow up, yada, 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 but yet, as usual, regresses back to last year's playoff game. Joe, yes. Jose, I'm Joe. Jose Garcia, yeah, I'll be doing the live stream for that. I'm wondering, I feel like a fool right now. Micah probably finishing his podcast first before a press conference. Hey, Mark, how do you feel about the offense? The offensive line hasn't performed too good. They've had their struggles, but you got Terrence Steele, who has not been the same since his ACL. Surprise, surprise. And you've got 2 rookies that are out there, and they're learning. Michael Anthony is still 11. It could still be. You never know. Stranger things have happened. Well, I guess we can call this that. Chat's still going. Zeke9711 says, I'm Deuce on. I invested tons of money in him, football card wise. Maybe not the best decision of my life. Why is Deuce Vaughn actually getting reps? Jerry is awful. Micah shouldn't get what he's asking for if he keeps playing like this. Lots of division in the locker room. Pam Savage, how are you doing? Let me say shout out to the 295 people in the house. Jay Shars. Hey, Mark. How was your patience with this team between 1988 and 91? You know what? I was at peace then, and I tell you why. Because we had been so good. You know, it was like it was due. Micah Parson is supposed to stream or something. Yeah, he was supposed to start at 5 p.m. Eastern an hour and 12 minutes ago. And I really wanted to see what he had to say, but he is not, doesn't look like he's going to show. Preston Taylor says, Mark, I would rather have Dalvin Cook, Zeke, and Rico. Yeah, Mike's on his way back. Mike was going through and working tonight, but his boss found out, who's a Commanders fan, found out they're playing tonight. Vinny, they're getting close to it. Cowboys would be 10-7 or 11-6 because we'll win the division. Let's talk about the run game and defense for just a second. There's nothing to talk about. It's non-existent. No run defense. Vinny, you're exactly right. He's showing like the team did yesterday. Exactly. He's not showing up like the team did yesterday. Yeah, I'll be live. I'll start. Wow, it's not far from now, is it? 6:13. And we're getting trolled by the Packers. At this point, Brock Turdy, 9 games might be good for us. The way if we keep running the football the way we are and keep giving up the run like we are, 9 games would be a stretch. Welcome back. So Micah Parsons is an hour and 15 minutes late. I think I can give up on that.
I would just give up the money because he needs to stop doing podcasts. Well, you know who else? See, he's the second player to do that.
Who?
Because see, Land didn't show up yesterday.
Oh, he didn't show up for the.
So he's like, oh well.
Jerry says, "Why can't you buy a mansion when you live in a house?"
So does Micah Parsons deserve to get paid the way he's acting?
This is not a good look.
Is it?
I actually.
No. Did he already get his 5th-year option, or is he not? Or it hasn't been 5 years?
Oh no, next year is his 5th-year option.
He's gonna get the 5th-year option then.
I honestly, at this point, I honestly think, I don't want to say this.
No, say what's on your mind.
That maybe you do have to look at and saying we might need to cut our losses, because here's the problem is right now.
I wouldn't have paid Lamb if this is the production I was going to get out of him for not being at camp. I wouldn't have.
Here's the biggest problem I see right now with the Cowboys is a dysfunctional locker room when it comes to the defense. Between seeing Micah going off on D-Law, who D-Law was one of the few that were really doing much on the field. You know, you got the whole Malik Hooker and talking about, the podcast and stuff. You've got so many different yaps and stuff that maybe that this just is not the right formula. And maybe you try and get what you can get and change what you're doing. And maybe Mike Zimmer is not the guy. I don't know. But, I know they need more time to try and get together.
Well, you said the other thing, too. Getting guys
Oh, that's another thing that sucks. Is not only do we not get top talent, we get journeyman guys at the end of training camp, so then you have a chance to learn the system. This whole thing of we can just plug somebody in and they're going to be great.
And not playing in preseason either. Because Patrick Mahomes played in preseason, he actually looked good.
Attitude, lack of effort likely highlight Dallas' systematic issues that reign from the top down. Yeah. When you get the owner, it's on the coach. Game time. Are you at home?
Yeah, when you get an owner that only cares about what's in your pants.
Oh God, please don't go back to that.
That was embarrassing too.
That whole I don't even want to think about that whole thing.
About yesterday, but
I don't even know. I've tried to avoid that whole conversation right there because it's just like seriously. I didn't even want to believe that one. That was like, what, Jerry? Well, he's got 8.5. What? And I want to know who measured. Who measured it?
People I watch on YouTube are talking about that nonsense. That don't even cover sports.
And maybe he's trying to make a team of porn stars as opposed to football players. I don't know. But last I checked, how big your junk was had nothing to do with how well you played.
Let's leave that.
I mean, seriously. I don't know if a bigger package sells more jerseys. Is that what it is? That look at number 57, girl. I got to get that jersey. I don't know if that's the case or what, but that was some crazy stuff. Take it from the Eagles. We lost 5 stars yesterday, and backup stepped in and did their job. Shout out to Fred Johnson. Yeah, well
the offense did their job when CeeDee Lamb stayed on the sideline.
Jerry Jones sounded like he was gossiping with his girlfriend.
CeeDee Lamb's part of the problem because they're forcing the ball so much.
Game time. Are you back at your man cave? Go Cowboys. Mark Holmes, Cowboys Nation. Next year's draft, pass rusher, defensive end. Round 1, and yes, let's bring up Dalvin Cook and see what. I think at this point you have to bring him up to see what he's got.
Yeah, because you can bring him up.
And if he's and if it ends up, you're going to tell me he's going to do worse. I mean, is he going to get negative 50 yards? I mean, that's the only thing he could do that would be worse.
You got 3 opportunities to bring him up before you put him on the roster. I'm sure that's 3 games you can figure it out.
Listen, I am just okay. What we do know is Jerry Jones is live with Jamie Foxx. He's looking at players and he's talking about their job. That's not me. That's not me. I'm asking the question of why is that relevant? Why is that relevant? Okay?
I know this much.
That's my problem. I completed a video on it. I was ready to watch October 8th, Sugar Daddy, Kurt Flood. Trade Albury. No, okay. That's okay. This should revoke Jerry Jones's Hall of Fame status. Keep Jerry out the locker room. For real. Maybe Jamie Foxx, if Jamie Foxx wanted to know the menu there, he wouldn't have been doing it live. He wouldn't have cut the feed, okay? It isn't. Was he trying to be fun? Maybe he was trying to be funny. We need a young coaching staff and get a modern offense defense scheme like the Niners and the Saints. Winers fans, you crazy. So we have literally been here. Wow. When's the live? The live was supposed to be. Damn, that's a shame. It's too early to play smack. Well, I'm still looking at Bleacher Report saying your event will start soon. Eddie B. And I'm beginning to feel like that's like our Cowboys Super Bowl. Mark, just hit the nail on the head. This is a systematic problem with the Cowboys. It's ownership down. We keep looking at it incorrectly if it's players first. No ownership down. That's the problem. I'm surprised you didn't say sign Jason Garrett on that one. Don't blame me. Mark, Cook's too short. Dak can't throw him a jump ball. Okay. Micah not showing, most likely. I'm live at 7. Oh, okay. All right. Have fun there, bro. Here's the thing. I didn't think I was going to be on this long. I literally got here at 4:45 and I said, I want to see what Micah has to say. And I opened it up. I was just going to record it as a video, game time. And, save it, upload it and all, and be done with it. Go upstairs, take care of the leak. I got to fix the ceiling up here now, and so on. And figure, easy peasy. I'll go ahead and do this and get it done, and get ready for the game because the game starts at 8. So now, even if it started now, then that's another half an hour. That's 7 o'clock. Logan, I'm not giving you any respect. You did your coach is a freaking idiot. I'm sorry. Your coach is stupid, okay? I'm not giving you any respect for that. The Eagles are horrible. Jerry Jones is not going to step down as GM. I live in Minnesota, fellas, and I got to tell you, Dalvin Cook is washed. You're about to go through disappointment. He's probably like Eddie, like when we brought in Eddie George. But here's the thing, though, Eddie. Zeke isn't? Are we looking and saying that Rico Dowdle is going to be a great running back in the NFL? It can't be much worse. So, okay, so anybody who's just come in here, it's Mark Holmes, of course, and shout out to the 302 people that are here on my main channel, as well as the 28 on the other channel. We have been sitting here, or at least I have been sitting here for going on 2 hours. I got here at 4:45 because I wanted to brief to you guys what Micah Parson said. I've sat down here at 4:45. I ended up sending my phone number in so I could get in with the chat for the Micah Parson show, and I have been sitting here and originally started actually recording right around 6 and was recording while I was waiting for Micah to show up. And by the time it was 5:30, I said, you know what? I'm tired of sitting here by myself. So I said, let me go ahead and I'll start a live stream. And then if Micah Parsons shows, then we can all watch it together and get a reaction from everybody. But here it is. We are literally an hour and a half, almost an hour and 24 minutes late for this on Bleacher Report after sending in my phone number that they could send me the link. And now I'm sure I'm going to be on the Bleacher Report's spam list, okay? Maybe this is a plan by Micah Parsons. And having comments with all the people in the chat that are sitting here waiting for Micah to show up, Micah has not shown up. And I'm having a feeling that he is not going to show up today. And I'm trying to figure out how I feel about this. Because, see, you waste your time. I'm going to say this much, okay? This is what I'm going to say. And maybe I end up getting banned, cussed out, said I'm wrong or whatever. But see, here's the problem. And I'm going to say this not just about football players. I'm going to say this about fans. I'm going to say this about anybody, okay? Jimmy Johnson famously said, if you're going to talk the talk, then be prepared to walk the walk. You cannot be, I'm going to be there when things are great, okay? You have to show up through good times and bad. And see, this is actually great relationship stuff too. You know, when you have a real friend, I'm going to tell you when you have a real friend, or how to know that you have a real friend. When you have to move and you don't have anybody else, and you call around and say, hey bro, I need some help. Can you help me? You'll find out everybody's got something to do. Oh man, I'd be there, even though that they come to your house and they drink your good liquor and hang out with you and watch the games and stuff, and go to games and things, right?
That's David Wiley.
What's that? Right. See, that's where I look and say David Wiley is a true blue friend. Because see, David, on his day off, comes over here and help me cook. Okay, after having to cook for hundreds of people. But not only that, David Wiley, when Mike had to help Gina move, and he was down, it was the fourth quarter, 2 minutes left, and he was down by 6. And it's like, Dad, I need some help, man. This is some big shit here. And guess who showed up? David Wiley rode up there the 4-hour trip with me, helped move, and took that 4-hour ride on his day off. That is what a true friend. That is talking the talk and walking the walk.
I see it the same way too.
But when you have people that, when you got money, you got lots of friends, and when you don't, they don't come around. Sorry. And see, this is one of those things that maybe Micah had something that came up that was important. I'm going to give plausible deniability, but I know that I have a leak upstairs in that ceiling, okay, that I got to fix. But I stopped doing that because I wanted to hear what you had to say. And I want you guys to understand that Jerry Wayne Jones and Stephen Jones, they don't have all the billions of dollars if it wasn't for jackasses like me and Michael going out there buying an Eric Kendricks jersey, going to the damn games, buying stones to go in the walkway of fame, right? Watching their shit on the news, us here as YouTubers propagating this stuff, selling the bullshit that Jerry Jones has, trying to give you hope, because we literally here as YouTubers will try and find the little smallest little piece of shit here, detail, and say, here's why we're going to be better. Here's why it's going to be different. We end up towing the company line for these people. Okay? And what do we get out of it? We sit here. I have sat here for 2 hours waiting for Micah Parsons because he says doing a podcast has no bearing on what he does on the field. And yet we've got his teammates who are saying, bro, we ain't stopping the run and you doing your podcast. Well, guess what? Maybe he's taking Malik Hooker's advice and saying, we ain't stopping shit. We ain't stopping shit. Maybe I should reflect on a short week that we got to go to New York on Wednesday. Today's Monday. Maybe, just maybe, I need to do something different. And maybe that's the case. Maybe I should be happy right now. But my thing is you have been talking the talk. You have been on everything. You are the president of Bleacher Report now? You are the guy that's looking to be the highest paid player in the NFL. You got fans like me that don't have millions in the bank, okay? I'm a broke ass, okay? Okay? That's where I can't call a plumber to go fix my shit. I got to go fix that shit my damn self. I got to patch the drywall. But I'm taking my time that I should have that thing fixed and waiting for you, Micah. Waiting for you. And understand that this broke ass and all these other broke asses out there right now are the ones that are paying this out. And I'm going to give you another, while I'm sitting here being pissed off too. This is actually really pisses me off because see, my dad is 86 years old, retired on a fixed income. Okay. Shout out to him. You know, he's got, I'm going to say doing Bet US. I was actually at the hospital with him today. Okay. He took $100, said, I'm going to start an account, Bet US, and I'll become his bookie. I love it. I enjoy it so much because, he calls and talks about, well, what do you think about this, that, and the other? So it's actually made our relationship closer on this, because I talked to him, with football now, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, he wants to put a little something on each games. But this is the travesty that is right here, right now. My dad is the person who made me a football fan from the time I was a little kid, looking up at my dad sitting on the couch. I didn't know what the Dallas Cowboys were. I didn't know what that was. All I knew was the person that I looked up to, that worshiped, and even still today, was a diehard Cowboy fan, and I wanted to be just like him. And for those out there saying you're just a bandwagon fan, yeah, I guess I am a bandwagon fan. I'm a bandwagon fan of my father. And when he watches my show and says, cussing ain't right, son, I try and do better because I still respect my father. Here's what sucks. My dad, who is a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan from back in the days of Bob Bullitt, Hayes, and everyone else, he says, well, wait a minute. He said, so the game on Thursday night, what's it on? It's on Amazon. I don't have Amazon. Well, how about the Eagles game? What's that on? Well, that's on Paramount. I can't do Paramount TV. I don't have that. Well, what about the Monday night game? That's on ESPN.
No, it's on CB. You can watch it, I think.
This one, because I said, this is the Washington game, so that's the local game, so that'll be on TV. So you have literally now taken a lifelong fans that may not be able to afford to get Amazon Prime, Netflix, Paramount TV, YouTube TV to be able to watch this thing. And that's what's sad about this whole NFL thing. Because the NFL is literally pricing the people who are the diehard fans that have built this out of it. So, Micah, sorry, bro. I need to hear a real reason why you have all of us sitting here waiting for a podcast that you probably should not be doing.
But what's the excuse for not going to Skip Bayless' show?
That would have been the worst thing right there.
You never had an excuse for that one.
Yeah. Dak should be calling the players to take charge more. He showed it at the end to bring us back.
Yeah, when
NFL doesn't care about the fans; it's just money, and that's where we are, people. So, 2 hours of my time. 2 hours of my time has been here waiting for Micah Parsons. And I would like to hear, maybe he's getting treatment. The team had a players-only meeting, that there was something, a reason behind this. But you can't be there and look for everybody to treat you like a god when you win. And this is the thing. This is the thing. Again, I'm old school, okay? My thing is if you're going to do that every time you get a first down, you can't sit there and pout and cry when you don't. Because, see, those are the kind of things that people see, and that's why they want to kick your teeth in, because you're a front runner. If you're going to talk the talk, these Cowboys got to learn to walk the walk. And the reality of it is the reason why they America's team, they didn't have anything to do with it. Those guys up there, my football gods, those guys that are dying off broke, the Drew Pearsons and the Rayfield Wrights, the Charlie Waters, the Bob Bullitt Hayeses, the Charles Haleys, the Rod Woodsons, those guys are America's team. Those guys right there, those guys who played for the love of the game, because they damn sure were getting paid, $60 million or $35 million a year and shit. Those guys had jobs in the off season, and they played and gave everything that they had to be on that field to become America's team. These guys, these guys, they're living off of their backs. That's where I'm kind of pissed off right now here. I'm kind of pissed off right now at this moment, and this is raw. And forgive me, everybody on here, but I've been pushed around and I'm fed up right at the moment because, here's where I'm going to say that we as a fan base, that some of us are part of the problem as well. Because, when the Eagles, we rode the Eagles back because they were the ringless wonders and all that stuff, and now they clamping back because we ain't done anything in all those years, and it's true. We haven't done anything in all those years. And a lot of you people out there, a lot of you people out there will be quick to say, well, we got 5 rings. And the thing that really pisses me the F off, to me, that's like using the Lord's name in vain, because y'all don't go to Cowboys church. If you ever say we got 5 rings, then you better know about the people who got those 5 rings. You need to know not only that the Dallas Cowboys defense during the 90s was the doomsday defense number 2 and was number 1 defense, but you need to understand guys like Bill Bates that became the first special team Pro Bowl player because of his special team work. You need to know that kind of stuff. You need to know about the coaches like Norv Turner, who was an offensive genius. You need to know about the Dallas Cowboys, how Roger Staubach and Craig Morton literally alternated series because Tom Landry couldn't figure out if he was going to go with the new type of quarterback or the stable quarterback that lost to the Colts in the Super Bowl. You need to know about Bob Bullet Hayes, who was the fastest man out there alive, track star that became a Hall of Fame. You need to understand about the Manster, the half man, half monster, or the beautiful, or the marvelous, Harvey Martin. Okay? You need to know those things before you can say, we got 5 rings. Because this is where I was pissed. Oh my God, it pissed me off. For me, growing up with my dad that I look up to and seeing those guys play, to see the Hail Mary as it happened, to see Tony Dorsett run 99 yards on Monday Night Football with 10 guys on the field, to see them unfortunately lose to the Steelers twice in the Super Bowl, finally getting their first Super Bowl win against the Miami Dolphins, to understand what it was like with George Allen versus Tom Landry. I can say that the Cowboys have 5 rings because I've been there. I've chewed up that dirt. I've watched. I've been a part of it. I understand it. I respect it. I give penance to those guys that were great. But to have gone to Drew Pearson's Hall of Fame party and see the greatest of the great roast Drew Pearson, to see Tony Dorsett, who is suffering now from CTE, to see him talk about running that 99 yards. He says, I'm getting tired. I'm running. He said, I see Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson, he kind of runs like a duck. And he's up there on stage literally doing this, and I'm just like, oh my God, these stories are freaking insane, okay? And he's like, Drew, just get in front of somebody. Just get in front of somebody. I got to go all the way. To see that, to see Bob Lilly, Mr. Cowboy, to rest his soul, Rayfield Wright, to hear Roger Staubach literally say, it doesn't matter what kind of pass I make. If Drew Pearson doesn't catch it, I'm a nobody. To see the cream of the crop of the Dallas Cowboys there, alive, talking about what made this team great, what made it to be America's team. And I was there taping the whole thing. My God, I could have literally died that night and said, I have lived a fulfilled life. And I put this up there, this video. All of these Cowboys greats that are in their late years talking about Drew Pearson and reminiscing. And nobody gave a rat's ass about any of them. Nobody gave a rat's ass about those guys. But then they're the first ones when the Eagles come at them to say, we got 5 rings. And you know what I have to say for those people that don't give a rat's ass about those guys that earned those 5 rings? F you. F you. Do not ever say we got 5 rings and know nothing about it. And that's what, that is my problem with today's Cowboys and some of today's fans. And that's all I have to say about that. Micah, you have disappointed the hell out of me, and I hope and I pray that there's a reason behind this. But now that I've wasted 2 hours of my life, that I need to fix a leak and get the dishwasher reinstalled, get myself something to eat so I can actually get through here and watch this game, at least I can say I got to spend that 2 hours with you guys, and that made it worthwhile. Barry, I can't take a couple shots of rum and then sit here and try and hook up the dishwasher. Okay, I got to fix the leak. I'm not trying to create another one now, bro. Jeez. Child and the cat. Mark Holmes is biggest up. Mark, clip that and post it. I'm 52 years old and I grew up on the Cowboys' lives. I've been through good times and bad times, still in the boys, but the Joneses really make it. My God, yeah, I'm with you, Curtis. Curtis, and bless you, man. I know you're going through a whole lot. I hope the GoFundMe is going well. Send me the link again, and I'll post it tonight. But, you know, this whole thing of, you know, Jerry Jones, oh, yeah, we ain't got a problem with the running game. You know, Dalvin Cook, oh, well, that thought hasn't crossed our mind. Oh, you know, Dak's got to understand, he got to do more with less. Bro, you can't do more with less in football. It doesn't work that way. You can't literally say, work an extra shift, Dak. Put in an extra 20 hours for that money that you're getting. Are you stupid? It doesn't work that way, guys. Oh, CeeDee Lamb. Well, you know, CeeDee literally had 10 targets last year on average a game. Here it is, Stephen Jones. Well, you know, CeeDee Lamb's, he's going to have to get targeted about 12 to 15 times. 12 to 15 times at the current rate of what he did, he'd have 2,500 yards. 175 yards in receptions. Ain't nobody done that before. You are literally saying we need you to be 2 wide receivers, okay? Dak, you need to be the running back and the quarterback. I know you're only going to get one weapon, and our offensive line is going to suck ass because we paid you. Come on, man. Come on. Dak had the longest rush of, 6 yards, right. Yeah, 6 yards. Okay, so anybody who wanted to see Mark Holmes melt down, congratulations. And Micah, I appreciate it, bro. I should have just let it go. I should have just taken care of my plumbing issue and then just been here for my live stream tonight. But instead, I said, I want to see what Micah has to say. And I see what Micah has to say. It's nothing. It's nothing. So, I'll be back in about an hour and 15 minutes, good people. And We will watch the Commanders and see what they do, and see if we are going to be in the basement with the New York Giants. As always, I appreciate y'all, and I will see you in about an hour. Peace out.
Disrespected yet? Does this defense have any heart?
No, they suck. I've been telling you all season, Philly.
Shit on you. They've shit on you. Don't you hear me? Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Slide. They shit on you. They've shit on you. They have shit on you. Don't you hear me? Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Slide. They shit on you. Kill them.